What's up, guys? Welcome back to another daily Bible reading snapshot. Today in our Old Testament reading, we're looking at 1 Kings 6 and 7, which is really cool that we see these together because they're two of Solomon's biggest building projects. The first one, and the most important one, is all about the building of the temple. What we see here is that Solomon took 7 years to build this temple. I want you to think about what 7 years ago was. That was a long time. It took Solomon forever to do this, but the reason it took him so long was because he was giving it his all. He was giving God his best. He was making things of gold and of all this costly wood, and the craftsmanship was so good. What he did for God was excellent. And what we later see is he does something awesome because he builds a great house for himself and for his family. But then he spends a lot of time here, specifically with Hiram of Tyre, one of the friends of David. And it says that when he came down, they started making all the things that went in the temple, and even those were amazing too. And I think the lesson that we should learn from this, and a great lesson to take from Solomon's life, is when he served God, especially right here, he served God with excellence. There's amazing things that Solomon builds for God and does for God. And I just want you to think, what kind of excellence do I give God? When I serve God, do I serve him with excellence, or do I kind of just give him whatever's left over? Because the problem is, the temple never would have been built this way if Solomon just gave God whatever was left over. He gave God the best. He put all of his attention and effort and focus into making this the best house that it could be. And in tomorrow's daily Bible reading, we're going to see that he's not trying to put God in a box, so to speak. He's just doing it out of his love and his care for God because of all the good things God has done. So don't misinterpret Solomon's building as something that was prideful or arrogant or self-serving. It wasn't. It was all about the Lord, and it was all about his love for God. So I want you to think, when I serve the church or when I serve other people in my life, am I doing it excellently or am I doing it half-heartedly? And Solomon's life is a great example for us of a life that served God excellently. And we want to be like that too. So let's look in the New Testament. We're looking at the middle of Luke chapter 23. Starting in verse 27, Jesus goes to the cross. And as he goes to the cross, he's continuing to preach, specifically to the daughters of Jerusalem, so to speak. And this is a group of ladies who are in Jerusalem, who are right there with Jesus, and they are weeping and they're sad for Jesus. And Jesus turned around to them and said, "Don't be sad for me. Be sad for all the people that are going to be judged by God." It talks about this group of people. It says when the people who stay in Jerusalem, they're going to be judged for their sins. So please cry for them, weep for them, not for me. It says he was crucified next to two criminals, the place of the skull. And Jesus, as these criminals, some of them were even making fun of him, Jesus asks God to forgive them, for they don't know what they're doing. And this is insane, crazy amount of care and love that Jesus has for these people. It's over the top. It's unexpected. You probably wouldn't expect someone who is being crucified in this way to show such great love and care for the people around him. And Jesus does. And really what he's doing, and I think the reason why, is not just because Jesus is nice or that Jesus is kind. It's that Jesus is on a mission to accomplish this right here, the forgiveness of people's sins. That has been the focus of Jesus ever since Luke 9, when he set his face towards Jerusalem. That has been the whole focus of his ministry ever really since the beginning of his ministry at his baptism, and before that, his whole purpose in his incarnation, and before that, his entire role and what he was going to do in the whole plan of redemption and salvation has been about people being forgiven of their sins to the glory of God. Now, if that's been the big focus of Jesus' life, it makes sense that at the hour where it mattered the most, Jesus has his focus on bringing the peace of God to people by forgiving them of their sins. And we're going to see tomorrow that one of the people that is on the cross actually gets forgiven of their sins. And I just want you to see that in the character of Jesus and be thankful that Jesus offers forgiveness to you too. And if you're a forgiven person, you know what it is to have your sins wiped out and taken off your account by God. And it's good that he did that for you, and it's good for us today to think about that and to be thankful for Jesus, who was completely sold out on his mission to give sinners forgiveness, even though we don't deserve it. So let's be thankful for that today. Make sure you read the whole daily Bible reading today. There's so much in it. This is just a snapshot. We're only covering a little bit of it, but we'd love for you to read it, and we'd love to see you back tomorrow for another daily Bible reading snapshot.